Over the weekend, we saw the Deadman Summer Final take place. All of the top players from the summer season fought to survive, hoping to win $20,000. Let's take a look at some of the key moments from the event. The final started off as it usually does. Various teams avoiding conflict for as long as possible and doing their best to snipe individual players.
Could be pretty impactful here as they make their way over towards the lobby pit, just trying to isolate player by player. And
as the fog closed in and teams were forced towards the final safe areas, we started to see some clashes take place. Lit held their own in the safe area north of Falador, with some impressive numbers and even more impressive coordination. After a few well-timed engages, Lit took control of the final area and took 64 of their own through to the 1v1s. It was a similar story in the Anakal final area, with Lit dominating, utilizing their large numbers and coordination. It came down to the final fog to pressure the remaining players into clearing out the stragglers and solidifying the final 64. And once the final 64 had been decided, the competition moved on to the 1v1 stage. Impressively, all 4 of the streamers playing on stage at the ESL studio managed to make it through into the 1v1s. The first round of 1v1s kicked off with Skillspecs fighting Ali Tabik, a player who quickly announced that he was only there to watch his friend's fight happening to the north. Skillspecs made light work of this spectator and moved into the next round. We also saw YouTuber Sears up against Manked. Coming prepared, Manked used full Verax to steal a decisive victory.
There you have it, Manked has just gone through to the next round as well.
Well done, Manked up mate.
Round 2 started off with another decisive victory for Manked. Facing a player who did not have Verax gave him a distinct edge.
Upper hand there as well, although 2 inventory spaces less than everyone else, doesn't matter, the food will drop to the floor, he'll have the same supplies everyone else.
This fight wasn't even close.
It's really one-sided, the amount of supplies that Manked has left.
It goes to show the true power of...
And here we go, now full Verax goes to him.
2 for 2.
R. Robert was up against Milo, both of who were using Verax. Milo ended up not even bothering to eat their last shark, and simply accepted defeat.
Again, that 1 in 4 chance of hitting through defense, hitting through the prayer.
Wow, that was it. The vengeance. He didn't even eat the shark.
Left though, yeah, surprising.
He's happy. Well done.
In round 3, we saw another Verax bout between R. Robert and DMM Freakshow. It came down to the wire, with both players ending with no food.
There's no way.
You think so? It's 26 HP difference.
Don't count him out just yet.
If he hits a small hit on the Vengeance, he could potentially come back and win it. 11, he's down to KOable HP. The 29 can actually kill him right now, but a few good RNG hits here and he can actually win it back. And also,
unfortunately,
no way.
Give it up for Robert, guys. Come on.
MMORPG found himself up against Big Bicep. MMORPG was tribreading, while Big Bicep was Verax hybriding.
This is the hard thing as a tribrid, is catching that freeze, and assuming Curtis is able to catch this next freeze, the Gmaul going to hit 0 there despite no prayer being up. Can he catch the freeze? The Vengeance hitting him. Curtis on the side. He's got a blood blitz. He's got a blood blitz to stay alive.
There we go. Is Curtis going to take this?
No way! That was unreal.
Graphist faced off with D-Level 102 in the 4th round of the 1v1s. D-Level had a Verax tribrid setup up against the standard tribrid setup of Graphist. Graphist was able to overcome the dominance of Verax, walking away with a full brew to spare.
The full right setup.
As long as he keeps his cool now, doesn't get hit and just remembers to eat, and that's it. There you have it. Graphist goes through to the next round.
He moved into the quarterfinal to fight Brett DW. Putting up one hell of a fight, Graphist stayed alive for a full 40 seconds after consuming his last dose of brew. Brett DW, on the other hand, had 4 sharks to his name when he sent Graphist back to Lumbridge. Also in the quarterfinal, we saw Zalmix taking on Manked. Once again, we saw a shield-switching Verax fight in which Manked came out on top.
Fortunate low Vengeance hit for Manked there. That could have been an issue.
Surprisingly too.
And there we have it. Manked's gone through.
The semi-final pitted Manked against DMM Freakshow, both using almost exactly the same setup. In the end, it appeared that DMM Freakshow's Ring of Suffering made the difference in the fight.
And I mean, in this fight, it was probably the difference. Yeah, I mean, it takes off quite a few sharks from you, and if he had that suffering as well, but nothing you do there, dying to the suffering. Great effort though, nonetheless.
And the last fight before the final had Brett DW facing off against Ditter Bitter. Both players strayed from the Verax meta seen throughout much of the tournament, opting for tribrid setups. Ditter Bitter came away with a clean victory, ending with a rather large food advantage.
On the right prayers, switching out when he goes underneath, so you can't see what attack styles change to. Prey melee on Prey Mage, sorry, attack style melee on Prey Mage. And he's just doing so much work right now. Brett cannot sustain this. And the first, whip KO. I mean, goes to show that, you know, the true power.
Here we are.
And so the final of the Deadman Summer tournament came down to Ditter Bitter using a standard tribrid setup against DMM Freakshow, sticking to Range Tank, Vengeance, and Verax. The fight was extremely close, with only an 80 HP difference between the finalists as the fight concluded.
But here we go, the splash is coming in right now, going into into the Carols, like I said before, and doing a fantastic job of it. DMM Freak Show showing that he too deserves to be here. But Ditter almost getting comboed out right there. I mean, it's still kind of either way. 4 Sharks, 1 Karambwan, 1 Brew versus, I believe, 6 Sharks, 1 Karambwan, 1 Brew. So, I mean, it's pretty 50-50 right now. Anything could happen.
We've just heard that Ditterbitter, actually, when he nearly died earlier, was on 1 HP.
1 HP. Imagine,
That's
imagine dying that way.
$20,000 on 1 HP.
Oh my gosh. Well,
imagine he died there from the risk.
But Ditter needs to do something special right now. Please catch the freeze. He's got it. Unfortunately, though, he was unfrozen that same game
on
set.
the side. He's playing the game well. He's prayer switching, and he's hitting him when the opponent is missing prayer switches. Also, DMM has full special attack. Ditter does not. But this might be it right here.
Unfortunately, I think it's enough for Ditter to come back. He's down to 7 HP. He realizes it is a clutch scenario, but DMM Freak Show down to no food too, and
there it is, guys. Well done to DMM Freak Show, representing Lit. So many Lit making it into the top 10 as well. They've really stepped up this tournament.
Congratulations to DMM Freak Show for the fantastic win. And that is all for this season's Deadman Final, but the next tournament is just around the corner. If you want your chance at winning the grand prize, get started in the Deadman Autumn season, which is now live. That's all from me today. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.